Oh yeah, happy 4th of July, pipe smokers. This is Paul the Pipe Guy on the Paul Gilson YouTube channel. And so we are going to be taking Garrett's pipe that I've stained, and it's now set for 24 hours. And we're going to put it on the polishing wheel and see what happens, yeah. So it's humid, it's hot, my hair is a mess. But who cares? And then later on, we'll do a 4th of July smoke together. But I want to show you guys how I do this. It's pretty cool. We'll be right back. Okay, so here we are in the garage. Well, it's kind of like my little workshop. That's a mess too. But I know where everything is. So there's actually 2 polishing wheels on this. I use that one for a more aggressive polish, and then I use this for the carnauba wax. So that's what we're going to be working with today. When I do this, I'm working on the bottom 25% of the wheel, which basically is midsection here down. So you have much more control that way. And I'm using a bar of carnauba wax today. And it's funny, I'm going to show you this in stages because it'll be really boring. So you want to make sure that your hands are totally clean, because any oily fingerprints you get on here is going to affect how the wax goes on. So let's fire it up. It's pretty quiet. You just take your carnauba wax. You don't need to put a lot on there. Just kind of rub it on like that. And then we always want to work from the heel of the pipe down. If we go this way, the wheel can catch on it, and it can actually throw it across the workbench and damage a very expensive pipe. We're going to start with that. Oh boy! Normally doesn't work that nice. Normally I got a bunch of coats on there. This dryer soaking it up. Wow, and that's how it starts. I know it's hard to see on the camera. That's how it starts. So when it starts not polishing like that, I just add a little more. Go across the heel of the pipe. And this, the only way you can really screw it up is if it gets caught. Like if I'm going like this with the pipe, the bowl in an upwards direction, there's a sharp edge there. And it's going to catch on that cloth wheel. And like I said, then it's going to go flying across the workbench. And most likely put a dent in the pipe. It could be somebody else's pipe, or it could be an expensive pipe you have, or this could be a pipe that, you know, it's a real nice pipe like this one, and you know, it has no dents, it has no factory fills that I've got. Wow, this is really going to come out nice. So that's how it's done. I wish I could, in fact, I'm going to show you in the sun. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, so that's what it looks like right there. I mean, look at that, and that's just for starters. All right, so we're going to go on, we're going to continue on, finish this up here, and we'll show you the results. Okay, so I was so excited about getting the bowl polished, I forgot the stem. So you want to make sure that you get the stem on there, both when you're sanding before you refinish the pipe, because you'll be sanding the stem and the pipe in case anything's misaligned. And look at that little gold, see? Yeah, that came back. And I think I got the scratch marks out of it. So, but having the stem on it, you get to polish everything synonymously. And it gives you more control over it hanging onto the pipe. I'm not pressing hard on this. I want to do this part here, the shank of the pipe. So basically how I do that is I'm just going back and forth. Well, you'll see. Careful not to catch that pipe onto that wheel. coming out real good. Normally, if I'm just polishing a pipe that already has a finish, I'm using nowhere near this much carnauba wax. So, basically what we're doing right now is we're kind of getting a base coat down on the pipe. You can see she's starting to get a shine, but it's not a mirror shine. But, you know, it's a big improvement over that part. So we're going to shut this off so I don't bore you guys to death. Okay, so now it's important. I'm getting back to kind of the crotch of the pipe where the bowl meets the shank. And it's very important you pay attention to detail and polish that up really good in there. And also when you're sanding it, you know, the prep makes the whole thing. I mean, you sand it down, you get all the finish off, you try not to take the lettering off, which we did a pretty good job with. I think this pipe may have been refinished before, but you know, it's those things, sanding it down, and then I put mine under water, it raises the hairs up, and then I go over it with some extra fine steel wool, which almost polishes it. And that is in preparation to put this wax on. So in doing this, the crotch of that pipe, you got to be careful because it can snag on there. So I'm going to get the corners of the wheel with a carnauba wax so I can hopefully get in here real good. Oh yeah. And that takes some work. It takes some effort. So we're basically just putting the base coat on right now. And this is what we have to work with from here. And sometimes in that little crotch of that pipe, you do got to put a little pressure, but then, you know, there you go. Let's finish up some more of this. All right, so basically we've gotten polish on 100% of the pipe. And you'll see that there's some excess carnauba wax on it. And what I'm doing now is I'm going over it on the wheel very lightly. And if anybody's ever shined, you know, your shoes for Sunday, if anybody's ever done a spit shine, your final, after you use the brush, you go over it with a fine cloth. Well, it's kind of what I'm kind of trying to replicate here. So I'm just going over this real fine, and now I'm going around the pipe instead of back and forth on the pipe. I'm kind of going around the pipe. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to get an outside shot of this because I'm really happy with this. This had a lot of vertical scratch marks from someone trying to clean it and scraping stuff off. But I mean, that briar pops. And the reason why that briar pops, and when I say pop, that you can just really see the grain very well on this, is because I went over it with a coat of water when I was done sanding it, and then I went over it with extra fine steel wool till I had it really almost a polished look. And you know, you want to make sure that you get the crown of the bowl really well. That's where the fire is going to be going into the chamber, and so you want that protected. And you may say, Paul, you know, that pipe might look great. That pipe looks great. It's done. Well, no, it's not done, because we only have 2 coats of carnauba wax on it. And yeah, I could send it back to Garrett like this, but I'm doing it like I'd do it my own pipe. I'm going to smoke a bowl out of this because he gave me permission. And then what I'm going to do, I mean, look at the bird's eye on that. It just came out beautiful. And then I'm going to put at least 2 more coats of carnauba wax on it, so it's got a real durable finish. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we're going to come back here and we're going to smoke Garrett's pipe so I can kind of melt some of that carnauba wax in, and then we're going to put a couple more coats on it. We'll do our 4th of July smoke together. Thanks for watching.